can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Nina. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo, mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood, I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy.
Welcome in. Tuesday edition of the WAG Show. I'm your host, Ben Hustler. If you're in the chat, say hello. It's Tuesday, January 9th. Coming off a really good day. If you guys were in the stream yesterday, I'm assuming you made some money, posted my betting card on Twitter as well for national championship, and it went really well. We had Michigan, talked about that on the stream yesterday, paired them with Blake Corum touchdown, got that to minus 113 with the FanDuel boost. Even if you would have just played Michigan, minus 4.5 or whatever it was when we got on the stream, that cashed. Also had a 2-unit play on Michigan plus the Bills money line this weekend, so we'll see if the Bills can clutch that up for us. Had Blake Corum 2+ touchdowns at plus 120, was sweaty, but got there in the end. It just so happened that Donovan Edwards was on the field when 2 massive holes opened up for touchdowns. Like, Corum easily could have had all 4 of those touchdowns. Also had Jack Westover over 2.5 catches for Washington, the tight end. Like minus 125, that cashed. He had, I think, 4 or 5 catches. And then after the stream, DraftKings was giving out that like mystery boost up to 100% boost. Mine was 50%. And I just put in everything that we talked about on the stream. I said you could alt spread Michigan up. So if you guys were on the stream yesterday, I said, go ahead and alt them up to 9.5, 13.5. That one. So I had Michigan minus 9.5. I had Corum 2 touchdowns. I had Westover over receiving yards. His line was like 29.5. He had like 50 or 40. I think he had 45. And then I had Michigan first half money line in that as well. And it ended up paying around 10-1. So even though they capped it at $10, I mean, hey, that's $100 profit just off of the stuff I talked about on stream. Gary, what's good? So today, little Natty recap. This is going to be a shorter stream. I have an FSGA draft to get into. I'm going to have to get in for that. It's a PGA draft today. I've never played in a season-long PGA league, so we'll see how I do. I had never played in a college fantasy football league, though, before either, and did the FSGA draft for that. And we came in like 3rd place and narrowly missed out on the championship game. So, I trust myself. We'll see what happens. If you guys have Sirius XM, I'm sure they'll probably be talking about that on the radio a little bit here once we get into it. On top of the national championship game ending, that marks the end of college football this season. I tweeted this out earlier, also posted in the Discord, but finished the 2023 college football betting season up 65 units with my plays that I give out. So anyone that has signed up for Betcomer Premium in the past, they definitely made their money back on college football alone. And that's not including everything that I give out for NFL, NBA, college basketball, all that stuff, because it's all sports for one price. But just on college basketball alone, you made your money back and made some profit. And I'm up units on NFL as well with all the touchdown stuff that I've hit this season. So if you guys want to sign up, message me on Twitter. I'll give you a discount code for your first month off that. As far as tonight, have not got a chance to look at the NBA slate a ton yet, so I'm not going to have any NBA bets. I do have I'm going to wait, and we'll talk PGA tomorrow since it's the day before the tournament. We have Sony Open in Hawaii this week, so we'll talk a little golf tomorrow. I do have some college basketball plays that I like. I pulled up the live trends tool here. This is part of the premium package at Bet Karma. There's other websites that have similar tools to this. Basically, just is a direct feed from DraftKings Sportsbook, gives you the betting data. You can see where the public's at. You can see where the bigger money's coming in. It's a useful tool, and it's the first thing I look at in the morning when I open up and I start to research the slate. I want to know what the lines are before I dive into anything. So this is the first tool that I look at in the morning. And this is a really fun college basketball slate tonight. It's a Tuesday night. We're into conference play now, which I love. The first month and a half of college basketball is fun just because I've been missing it. But now that we're after Christmas, the kids are back in school and we're back into conference play now. Really, really, it's going to be a really fun month and a half here until we head into the conference tournament season. So really, really excited for this college basketball season, and a really fun slate tonight. Tons of good games. So the ones that stick out to me, I do like Kent State here at home against Toledo. You can see the line opened at 4. It moved down to 3 despite 65% of the bets on Kent State. Toledo's a good team, but I like this Kent State team. I like them at home. So I do like Kent State tonight. I haven't even put out a betting card yet for college tonight, but just speaking of this, I could see Kent State -3 being on my card. I do like Kent State tonight, or you could use them as a money line piece, I think, for sure. Another spot I like is Kentucky for a money line piece. Don't want to play them, at -800. I think you could take a -12 maybe. I do like Kentucky here at home against Missouri. And one of our other analysts, he provides some information through Bet Karma as well. Sometimes Matt, he's a really good Twitter follow. If you go follow him on Twitter, I think his handle's Dom Toretto MSU, something along those lines. You can look him up though, and you'll find him. But he's on Iowa State tonight. I also like Iowa State at home here against Houston. Houston undefeated. They're going to have to lose, I think, at some point. They are a really good team again this year. Houston's been good for a number of seasons now recently, but their numbers do suggest some regression coming their way, specifically shooting the basketball. And this would be a spot for that to hit on the road against Iowa State. Iowa State, very, very good defensive team. And you can see this line opened at 3.5, moved down to 2.5, despite almost 90% of those tickets coming in on Houston. I like Iowa State here at home. I think they can win this game outright. So, you could play around with the +120 on the money line, but I do like them to cover that 2.5. Like Iowa State here. Probably would be good with the under 2 here, the under 130.5 if you can get it at that. I think I'd be good with the under in the Houston-Iowa State game as well. That's probably my favorite spot on the slate would be this Iowa State and then the under 2 in that game. And then my other favorite spot, Duke-Pittsburgh's an interesting game. I was actually going to go to that game. Didn't end up working out because of this draft and some other stuff going on today. But that should be a fun game. Pittsburgh's a good team. Duke's kind of underwhelmed at times this season, so that's a fun game. But I'm looking at BYU Baylor. I like this Baylor team this season. I like them specifically here at home against BYU. I like them to cover that. You can still get 3.5s out there. It's 4.5 on DK. You can still get some 3.5s out there. It might be like -120 though. So if you want to just step up and take that -4.5 for -110, really like Baylor tonight and really like Iowa State tonight. Those are the spots that I'm on for college basketball tonight. There's a lot of sharp money coming in on Boise State here. I can see it just because they're at home, but I really, really respect this Colorado State team. I think they're arguably the best mid-major in college basketball this season, so I'm not going out of my way to target them, but I just thought it was interesting that, only 14% of the tickets, but almost half the money on Boise State. So Boise State looks like they're getting some big money put on them here, but I'm not going to go out of my way to target Colorado State. And nothing else really sticks out to me. So for me today, college basketball, big Tuesday slate. Main plays for me would be Baylor -4.5 or 3.5, whatever you can get it at. Iowa State +2.5. I also really like the under in the Iowa State Houston game. Those are my main plays. Nebraska maybe to cut. Nebraska's been playing some good basketball. So if you want to take them maybe to cover that 7.5 against Purdue at home, I don't hate that. 7.5 is a lot of points, so I don't mind that. but that would be more of like a fringy play for me. Probably won't be on my card. I think my main card is going to be Iowa State, Houston under, and Baylor. I think that's going to be my main plays today. Might sprinkle on Kent State to cover that 3 points as well. Moving on to NFL. If you guys have any questions on anything tonight, I can pull up the tools here while I'm on here. Like I said, this can be a shorter stream just because I have to get out of here and go head to this PGA FSGA draft. But we didn't get to talk about it a ton yesterday. The NFL slate. I've thought a little bit more about it. I do really, really like the Chiefs here. You can see that line move from 3.5 to 4. I did a separate parlay that I didn't put on my official card, but I had a Michigan Chiefs parlay as well last night, money line, which pays out decently. It's gonna be tough here for Miami. They're banged up. They lost a couple more guys in that game against Buffalo. They already were banged up anyways. Even if I'm assuming they kept Jalen Waddle out last week so that he'd be good to go here. But Jalen Waddle's been banged up. Tyreek Hill, you saw him limping really bad at the end of that game last week. Like, this team's really banged up right now. It's going to be really, really cold in Kansas City. I don't think it's supposed to snow or anything, but just temperature-wise, it's going to be really, really cold. And you guys know I've been fading this Dolphins team all year against good teams. So I really don't like how they set up here on the road in KC. I know KC has underwhelmed at times this season as well, but I do really like the Chiefs here on Saturday night. I agree with this money on the Browns. There's a trend with rookie quarterbacks making their first playoff start. I know CJ Stroud's very, very good, but if you look at this historically, even guys that we view as really, really good quarterbacks have struggled in their first playoff start. So I don't think it'll be shocking if Stroud has like a good game and not like a crazy, amazing game against a good defense as well. Joe Flacco in his career undefeated on wildcard weekend. He's also one of the best road playoff quarterbacks of all time. So I do feel good about the Browns here. Against the Texans, I still don't know what to make of this Eagles-Bucks game. Having some issues getting the data here from DraftKings. Maybe that'll stabilize here later today, but I don't know. I said it yesterday. If Philly was playing any other team other than Tampa, I would be on the other team. I don't believe in this Tampa team. I don't think they're very good, but Phillies look bad. If Philly was playing New Orleans might be my biggest bet of the weekend. It just so happens that Philly ran pretty pure here to get Tampa, I feel like. So I still don't know what to make of that game. Still leaning the Rams to cover against the Lions at 3.5. I do trust McVay here in that offense, specifically just the matchup of the Rams passing offense against how bad the Lions secondary has been. I think they're going to have a really, really tough time covering Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, those guys. So I do like the Rams here as underdogs. I have no faith in my Eagles. Yeah, Gary, I mean, I'm not like an Eagles fan born and raised, but you guys know I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan, and I've been pulling for the Eagles for the last 3 years, ever since they drafted him. And I don't know. I can't figure out what's wrong with them. I mean, I think Brian Johnson has been a bad offensive coordinator, but it still doesn't make any sense to me that they've fallen off the way that they have. I mean, losing to Arizona and the Giants to close your season out is just really inexcusable. So I don't know what's going on there. I still think they can beat the Bucks, but after that, I don't know if they can move on after that divisional round. We'll have to see. Bills, Steelers. I mean, I think Bills are gonna win this one pretty comfortably here. Still don't know about the status of TJ Watt. First time tuning in, but I agree with you. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, Gary. Appreciate it. If you're new here, we do the stream Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Show off some of the tools. I can pull up like the prop tools as well. Typically, when I have more time, I just was busy today, but when I have more time, we pull up NBA props and we give out some plays for that and stuff as well. But I just didn't have time today. TJ Watt was ruled out today. Ryan, thank you. I'm behind on news. I was running around crazy all day, so I didn't see that. I didn't think he was going to play, but yeah, without TJ Watt, really, really tough to expect the Steelers to compete with the Bills here. And I said it yesterday. I think Buffalo is the scariest team in the AFC. If it ends up being Bills Ravens in the AFC Championship, I will probably be on Buffalo there for sure. Don't want to play the Bills right now, and I think they'll handle the Steelers. Cowboys should handle the Packers, but it's the Cowboys. Like, I don't bet on the Cowboys when it comes to the playoffs. I'm avoiding that. No idea what's going to go on with that. Over might be the play in the Packers Cowboys game. And I think under might be the play in the Philly Tampa game. Early leans. I haven't fully dove in yet. I'm going to be doing that tonight and tomorrow. But early leans for me, I think under in the Philly game looks good. Over in the Packers Cowboys looks good. Oh, the data's down here. I don't know why it's popping twice. Yeah, I like Rams plus 3.5. And what's the other game? Am I missing a game here? I guess not. Someone has Super Bowl prediction. I mean, the it's going to be the 49ers on the NFC side. And if it's not, I think it's going to be the Rams. But I'll go 49ers. And then on the AFC, I think it's down to 3 teams, in my opinion, which is I'm not going to count out Mahomes just because he could just take over and do what he does. But I think team-wise, you're down to the Bills, Ravens, and I might throw the Browns in that conversation over Kansas City right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think it's definitely going to be San Fran and one of those teams. If it was up to me, I mean, I would want it to be Lions, Browns. I think that's fun. But I mean, like, if you put a gun to my head, I think it's probably going to come down to Buffalo versus Baltimore or Cleveland. Whoever wins that game will move on. And then I've said this before. If it's Buffalo, Baltimore, I'm going to be on Buffalo. If it's Buffalo, Cleveland, I'd probably still be on Buffalo, but I'd have to think about it. And then in the Super Bowl, if it's San Fran, Baltimore, I'm going to be on San Fran. And if it is Buffalo, San Fran, I'm going to be on Buffalo. I'm sticking with that right now. If you guys are tuning in, like I said, quicker stream today. Tomorrow we'll be back to normal. Probably more talk more NBA tomorrow. I am doing a NFL DFS video for this week. And then I want to transition that weekly video, the cash process, to golf. Probably won't do it for every single tournament, but at least for the bigger ones, I'm going to have a golf video up, and it's going to talk DraftKings and betting. So that'll be coming soon in the coming weeks. But this week, it will still be an NFL video. If you want to tail along NFL cores for the playoffs, we'll be playing the main slates, showdown slates, dfskarma.com/pricing for that. If you want to tap into the bets, it's betkarma.com/pricing for that. Like I said, if you want a promo code, reach out to me personally, and I'll hook you up. College basketball, you guys can go back and rewatch, but I gave out my picks for tonight. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you guys make some money, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.